Welcome back to Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers from the Big A here in Anaheim. Unfortunately, Halos get shut out by the M's by a final of 5-0. Seattle, that 3-run fourth, proved to be the difference in this one. A little funny moment, though, here after Blake Parker comes in after the 9th inning. Shohei Ohtani says, hey, great job, Blake.
That's his buddy, by the way.
Hey, great job, Blake.
Time keeps going.
Hey, Blake. Great job.
Tony looked at Soch. Hey, let him go now. Soch.
Hey, Blake.
Go.
And we'll just give you a little tap.
It's kind of cool. You know what about that moment? They clicked in spring training so quickly in video games, in talking about golf, in both saying, I'm a country boy from Japan, or you're a country boy here from Arkansas.
Yes.
And it's good to see because 21 pitches has not been an easy ride this season for Blake Parker, but I think Shohei overall just showing that support.
Yeah.
His buddy get out of that inning, no run scored, but Shohei next time, I'm sure he'll find it.
I love it. He wasn't going to give in. He was not going to give in whatsoever, so that was good stuff. All right, well, let's talk some defense. We showed it to you moments ago. Worth reliving, and not only the catch, but the reaction. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Mike Trout at the plate. Call it the 6th. Call it Trout with the drive to center. D. Gordon played short last night, playing center tonight.
He played a superb second baseman for them, too, when Cano was out. Start of the season as an outfielder. He's won a Gold Glove out there at second base, and Trout knows all the feeling. And nobody should be upset about this. They want players to be more expressive. That's a great celebration. Somebody just saying, hey, playing a kid's game, having a good time, let's have fun with it.
Yeah, at this point in the season, put a smile on your face. You're playing a game, so why not have some fun? Okay, going to take another time out here on the program. When we do come back for the Big A here in Anaheim, continue to talk about this one as the M's shut out the Angels by a final of 5-0. We will hear from the manager, Mike Scioscia, next.
Angels Live on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Jerome's Furniture, home of Jerry's Price and proudly the official furniture store of the Los Angeles Angels.
Tonight at the Big A, the Angels dropped their second straight to the M's on this 4-game weekend series by a final of 5-0. Now let's get some reaction from manager Mike Scioscia right now. He's at his press conference with Alex Curry.
Mike Shoemaker was off to a strong start. What did he struggle with in that 4th inning?
His stuff still looked good in the 4th inning. Just you know, the first hit from Haniger that just went off of Taylor's glove was you know, it was just you know, it kind of set the inning up for those guys. Then the error on the pick. And then those guys, you know, got some hits. They got some key hits with guys in scoring position tonight. We didn't get ours, and that was, you know, tilted the game in their favor. I was more concerned the 5th inning when Shu came out. It looked like he was out of sync. His velo was down, but it was just something mechanical, and he was getting around the ball a little bit. Wasn't letting him get through it and get extension, and so that's a relief anyway. That at least, you know, we can kind of, you know, see what it was, and it wasn't anything that was, you know, kept him on the shelf for a long time.
Are there any positives you could take away from this 3rd outing coming off the DL?
Of his outing?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I mean, the way he started off was terrific. I mean, everything from his velocity to his you know, being able to repeat pitches. He started off very strong, and this could be just, you know, you start to get a little dead arm here and there. You start to get, you know, as you start to get into what is really spring training for Shu. And but I thought his stuff was good. I think he's hopefully, like we said, past these little issues that have kept him on the shelf.
It was 77 pitches tonight. Where do you hope to see him stretched out to by the end of the season?
Whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. I don't think we're not on any mission to say, hey, we have to shoot 110 pitches, 105 pitches. Whatever it is, whatever game by game, he's going to go as long as he can in every game, and we'll just see how, you know, how things work out.
Alex, thank you very much. We're going to take one final time out here on the program. When we do come back, show you some Mazda marquee moments. Also look ahead to game number 3.
Angels Live on Fox Sports West is brought to you by your SoCal Mazda dealers.
Time now for a Mazda Marquee. I'll call them moments because earlier today the Ducks came out on Ducks Night. They took some batting practice. Hampus Lindholm, though, decided to throw some BP.
It's not how you start.
Yeah, Jose, he was just going to throw out the first pitch, so he's working on his toss. And
I love the swing, though.
He has Brandon Montour.
Getting a pinata right there. That was.
Well, Hampus was getting better. He was getting ready for the moment. Now you shine.
The lights are shining,
shine
right?
the bright lights on him. It's live.
It's focused.
You don't get a second chance. And here he goes.
Unload.
Just about outside, but you gotta like
by the
it.
way. He gives some very good pitching tips.
I think the best thing I did was not say a word to him.
I think the best thing of today for me is how these guys come out and look for you, man.
Yeah, they're
getting
good
ready
guys.
for the season. Yeah.
Yeah, training
Pretty
camp
cool.
opened up. They're ready to go. Hats off to Josh Manson, Brandon Montour, John Gibson, of course, Hampus Lindholm, and Adam Henrique, who was on our pregame show. Those
Terrific.
guys were awesome.
Are you representing anywhere else?
Oh yeah, I had a
Frenchie.
little Ducks Angels.
Yeah.
Gotta show it out there. Of course, didn't work too well here tonight, but gotta do what I can to represent both teams. Okay. Speaking of both teams, well, the Ducks will be at training camp tomorrow. The Angels will play Game 3 tomorrow against the Mariners, and it's going to be Andrew Heaney, who's been probably the most consistent pitcher for the club, coming off probably one of the best starts of his career and a career-high 12 strikeouts.
Only 7 innings. He goes out there in case 12. Most of those strikeouts, fastballs. Also, right-handers hitting only 243. Erasmo Ramirez has been suffering a lot of injuries. Latest one is the lat, and he's had the ability at least to go out there and fill some holes because the Mariners do need somebody to continue to go out there and step up. And again, congratulations, Angels fans, 16th consecutive season,
Yes.
3 million plus announced here. And today, the support, regardless of how the season goes, is something that we and the players don't take for granted.
Absolutely. 39,000 in the stands here tonight. We see the fans, of course, for the pregame show, the postgame show. Great to see all the supports, and we thank all of our Angels fans who are watching as well. The next time you see us, speaking of watching us, will be tomorrow, starting at 5:30 with Angels Live. The Ducks fans, they came out with Wild Wing on Ducks Night. Yeah, Hampus almost threw a strike, but of course it was the Mariners that came on top. The final 5-0. We'll see you tomorrow night from the Big A.
The Angels tie this one 4-4 against KC here at Tempe Diablo Stadium on this split squad Friday against the Royals. But it was a great day for Mike Trout doing what he does best, blasting a 3-run home run to the back of the outfield. His first this spring, giving those families a perfect spring training souvenir. Welcome to Angels Live. Alex Curry here alongside Jose Mota. And Jose, what a fun first day to be back here at spring training, watching Mike Trout do what he does best.
Oh, for you, obviously. You brought the home run, by the way, Alex. Nice job there. But to watch the best player in the game go out there and perform and to continue to watch that face smile and the intensity and the energy that he brings, every fan that was here today got to see quite the spectacular, loud show off the bat of Mike Trout.
And what we love about Mike Trout is just how much fun he's having while he's playing the game. So let's dive into that 3-run home run and just that first one we've been waiting for this spring.
His first at bat, I was talking about this during the broadcast. He had a fastball that beat him inside from the young kid on the mound who threw the ball so well in Brady Singer for the Royals. So Mike Trout is always one of those guys that takes a little mental note, understands what it takes if he faces that guy again, but also he takes a mental note of if his timing was not right, he knows what he needs to do with his front leg, with the foot on time, and then with the bat barrel. Where does it need to be in? He goes out there and like nobody in baseball has seen before. It's ability to adjust to the next pitch, depending on who it was. It was a different pitcher, and this is a no-doubter well into the valley here in Arizona, and it's just fun to see how with guys in scoring position, hopefully more opportunities for him, because if he cracks 100 RBI mark again, it's going to be fun to watch how guys set up and how they pitch to him in 2020 with Rendon behind him.
Now, even though it's a different pitcher, you talked about the adjustments he makes. What adjustment did you see him make in that next at-bat?
And this one, to me, was the fact that he got beat by a fastball earlier, fly ball center field, and just to remind himself maybe just a little earlier. And the one thing we never see Mike Trout do is a little earlier or out more doesn't mean jump at the baseball. He trusts his hand so much, Alex, that he's able to do one thing: stay back and then know where the barrel needs to be. And it all starts with the way he throws a knob down through the zone to get that barrel in the right spot.
Well, Mike Trout just trusts Mike Trout. That swing right there was dangerously familiar to this blast we saw him do at Topgolf that went viral about a week ago. Was that about a week ago? Yeah. Absolutely insane. What was your reaction when you first saw this?
Where's the ball?
Because I screamed.
It went out. It was
Insane.
out. It was unbelievable. What a show he puts on wherever he plays. So Mike Trout, the golfer, Mike Trout, the football player. What else do we have? Mike Trout, the basketball player.
What I love is all the other players there and their reactions, not only to what he did, but then to Mike. He looks like a little kid who's excited about, did you see what I just did?
And if you talk to his family, they'll tell you that
energy.
In any game that he's involved with competing, it could be a board game. He never wants to lose.
He never wants to
I'm not going to
lose.
accept losing. So no accident here that he's so good at some of the other things.
Everything. I played him once in ping pong, and it was an extremely close game. He beat me by 2, refuses to play me ever again.
That's great.
Extremely competitive. And I had a chance to talk to the MVP once he came out of the game.
Yeah, no, it's big, especially for spring. Now I'm good to go for the season. Just get the first one out of the way and, hopefully just keep barreling up balls.
Now, how comfortable are you at the plate right now? Where is your timing at? Is it where you want it to be?
Yeah, some at bats I'm a little off, but I'll get it right for the season. I think once the season starts, I'll be fine getting bats every day. So it's for me, it's like getting more at bats, getting into a routine is better for me. So just trying to see some pitches at the plate and go from there.
You've had about a month with Joe Maddon. You're about halfway through these spring training games. What's the mood of this team right now playing for Joe Maddon?
Yeah, we're excited. High energy. Going out there playing the right way. We're just excited to go out there and try to win for him.
I mean, he talked about how important yesterday is mentally and physically for you guys to have a complete off day. How big was that for you?
Big. Obviously got to spend time with my wife. Get away from baseball. Obviously, you come in, train the whole off season for baseball, and then once you start getting into games, your body kind of gets worn down a little bit, and then you need that full day recovery.
It seemed to work out nice for you getting that 3-run blast after.
Yeah, definitely felt good.
A solid day for Mike Trout, and I have a feeling that's just the first of many home runs we're not only going to see this spring, but obviously during the season. But let's go to Jose Suarez, who had also a solid day on the mound. But what impressed me most, Jose, was how he handled himself under pressure with a few costly plays that were made behind him.
That's key for somebody that young who's maybe putting a little extra pressure on making the ball club, being part of the rotation, to not let anything like that snowball. And I was talking to Mickey Callaway, the pitching coach, before I went on the field for the post-game interview, and he goes, hey, Suarez, my goodness, what a big step. So each day you watch a guy take strides in the right direction. So for Suarez today, there's some misplays. He was able to at least mix and pitch and go out there and even shake his catcher up 3 times and say, I'm not going to throw that pitch. I believe in this. That's conviction. That's also knowing and getting the respect and earning the respect of guys that are more senior than you are and have been around the game to go, my goodness, the way he handled that, we will trust him in any situation in the regular season to know that there's more in the tank. It's not about the plays that were not made. It's about the present moment and what you're going to do to make sure you get out successfully.
And having a little taste of the big leagues, how did you see that impact his confidence on the mound?
I've seen it all throughout the spring. There's a different feel from a guy that has been there and 40,000 in the stands and failed. I think adversity and failure, Alex, are a key piece to young pitchers and players. When they face it the first time, it's sometimes like, wow, what happened to me? But the guys that stake around and make a difference are the guys that go out there and say, what can I learn from this? And because of that adversity, sometimes success in the big leagues, when it counted last year, he brought into here a different mentality to know that sometimes you got to slow things down and know that you are the same guy, just getting a little bit better, a little bit wiser, but apply that knowledge to make you better in the future.
And I heard you and Trent kind of touching on that during the broadcast of how much it benefits a young pitcher to actually have these kind of games in spring training, not an easy breezy game where you're getting 1, 2, 3 out innings.
There's more to learn. I mean, Garrett Cole gave up 4 home runs yesterday, and there's a little panic in New York, but Garrett Cole knows that's out of the way. The wind was blowing out and things like that, but there's no effect on a guy that mentally can get right through it to know what he needs to do to get better and make better pitches.
And what do you think his chances are of making this rotation?
Right now, I think we're going to wait till the very end and see who's healthy, who's not, and also how the Angels weigh him in the rotation as a youngster who needs, in my opinion, more seasoning, regardless how he ends this spring, versus keeping him in maybe a swing guy in the bullpen is not going to be beneficial for him. They need to keep him stretched out. And if it's the minor leagues to begin with, so be it, to be ready when his name is called for a spot in the rotation.
But he's looked good in 3 outings. But we're going to take our first break here. When we come back, we're going to talk about another exciting Angels arm, Hansel Robles, on the mound today. We'll break all that down. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. The Angels tie this one 4-4 against KC on this split squad Friday here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Welcome back to Angels Live. Alex Curry here alongside Jose Mota. Now, another exciting Angels arm we saw today. Hansel Robles got in for 1 inning of work, but Jose, very interesting exchange that he had with the Royals dugout once he was leaving the mound.
You know, Hansel Robles is a guy that he's not just getting his innings here. He wants the closer's job. He goes, I don't consider myself the closer, but it's not about just getting the work in. It's about competing. And Robles heard something, saw something out of the Royals dugout that he did not like, and he let us see it right away. And again, he's been getting roughed up here in spring training, but this strikeout here, pitch up of the zone, and Robles says, well, you know what, throughout this whole inning, when he gave up some doubles and a couple of runs, he is saying, hey, I saw you doing it. I will remember it. So next time, well, there might be something that I'm not going to forget, but the calendar is circled now, and Robles, always a competitor, is not going to forget this outing here against KC.
I love it. He has that attitude and that energy that you need
He's
from
edgy.
a closer.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And really established himself last season. What do you need to see from him here in spring to really get back to that level he was at last year?
He'll be just fine. Robles is a power pitcher, and a lot of times because as a power pitcher and in relief, you don't get the 2 or 3 innings to work on things. He might be up in the zone, and, you know, the other team is keyed in to say, this guy's got a fastball he's got to work on. Maybe his slider or is not as sharp as it's going to be later in the season. But he's going to just needs to be down in the zone and challenge hitters in certain parts of the plate with his fastball and the slider, make it better. But I wouldn't worry too much about him. I don't think he's ever had a good spring, according to what he's told me. And going back to Mickey Callaway and how much he knows it from the Mets, to say, I don't worry about the numbers. But location-wise today and throughout the spring, yes, he needs to get better.
And a quick update before we let you go. On Griffin Canning, he's going to undergo biological injections in LA today to address his right elbow discomfort. He's going to be reevaluated in 3 to 4 weeks. What does that mean for this Angels pitching staff?
It means that a guy that you were counting on to be a part of the rotation here in 2020 is not going to be available. He's going to start, obviously, on the IL. He's behind, but hopefully this is the worst of the news that we get. When he gets reevaluated, hopefully there's some progress, there's some healing, and he can get back to doing what he does best, which is be healthy and go out there and compete and help the Angels win.
Hopefully. Final takeaway of today?
Today, you know, Mike Trout, I think it's the best thing you can tell me. And, you know, when you watch this guy play, go out there and play in the outfield, set the intensity. Justin Upton was very good at bats. Matt Thaiss, keep your eye on Matt Thaiss. And 2 guys out of the bullpen, Alex, keep in mind, Myers and Barnes. It's going to be a battle all the way to the end, and tied to Robles, Buttrey, Bedrosian, Noah Ramirez, and the guys that can go out there and get you done. I think it's going to be just a nice thing to see for the Angels to know they can go to any of these guys towards the very end to get some outs when it matters most.
Oh, that was fun, Jose.
Welcome back.
I know. Excited to be back. Let's do it again tomorrow, right?
Sure.
Let's do it again tomorrow. That does it for us here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Thank you guys so much for spending your Friday afternoon with us. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. PT on Prime Ticket. For Trent Rush, Jose Mota, and our Fox Sports crew, I'm Alex Curry. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again tomorrow.